Hello and welcome back. I'm Anna Delmond. It is day number 111 on the note writing adventure, and today I wanted to look at friendliness. I was reading a commentary yesterday on Proverbs, and the author is Bruce Waltke, and in it he said that a definition of righteousness, in the context he was reading it, is that righteousness is that you disadvantage yourself to advantage someone else, and that wickedness is advantaging yourself to the disadvantage of others. And then I thought about that in the context of friendships and friendliness, and I thought how true it is that many people enter friendships because of what they want from them. We all do want good, solid friends, and there's nothing wrong with wanting things from other people in your friendships. That's, after all, what makes you friends. It's a give and take. But however, there are circumstances in life where people actually pursue you as a friend because of something they can get from you. And very often it's if you are in a better position, and by a better position I don't mean high society or anything like that, but just in a position where you may have information, knowledge, access to more than they have, that they will feign a friendship with you so that they can get that information. And those kinds of people are what we don't want to become, and we certainly don't want them in our friendship circle. They are the kind of people who we need to really distance ourselves from. So friendliness is the courtesies, the generosity, and the kindnesses we share with others as life moves on. Wherever you are, work, socializing, wherever you are. That's the common friendliness that you should be extending to others. But then friends, I did look up a biblical definition of friendship, and I think the one that I really liked was it was in the Hebrew, and a deep dive. I went in and I did major word searches in the Hebrew and where one word was derived from. So it is a friend. Friends are someone who you can follow and somebody who can lead. So you would follow them and let them lead, but then that's the same for you. They follow you because you lead. It's a give and take. And it reduced it to being in a herd, in a pasture with sheep. And it was that you are comfortable to pasture with them and to graze with them because there is no threat from them, or you are no threat to them either. So it is a comfortable situation where you can keep company with them and they can keep company with you. And it's a camaraderie that that transcends everything else. So it comes down to really letting other people count more than you. If you go back to the explanation that I mentioned a moment ago, where what true righteousness is and wickedness is, in the description that I shared, let them count. Let other people count in your casual exchanges. Sometimes you greet people and they just have an abrupt response to you, and it's not that they're your friends, it's just people you casually passing, and they can be rude. I remember going into many years ago, about 10 years ago, I was going into a store. It was in my highly mobile days. I took about a 10-15 minute walk to a local mall, and a woman walked into a store ahead of me, and this young security guard was so sweet to her. He greeted her, and she snapped back at him at such a horrible way, and I was the next person behind her walking in, and he looked at looked at me because he had just been not only chopped off at the knees, he had had his whole head chopped off by her rudeness. That, friends, is how rude she was. Inexcusably, disgustingly rude. Today, it would be gracious to call her a Karen. Inexcusable. And I walked in behind her, and this poor man had just experienced that with her, and then it was me. How do you cover somebody else's mess like that? And I smiled at him and grabbed his hand and squeezed it, and patted him with my free hand on the other shoulder. Just thinking of that and how he must have felt in that moment, just chopped down to nothing like he was garbage. Let them count, friends. Let them count. Give more than you expect and hope to get back from people. Sometimes in life, all people need is a smile, a word, a squeeze of their hand, a tapping on the shoulder to get them through a very horrible event in their life. So, being a friend can also be a cautionary consideration. To call somebody a friend, in air quotes, is when you are acknowledging that they are anything but. But kindly, let them count. Let people count whom you encounter on a daily basis. They are worth it, and the blessing to your soul is worth it too. So until tomorrow, take care and God bless, and we will talk again. Bye-bye for now.